Hey YouTube, it's your girl Javina Love, and I'm back with another video. I have a bite-sized review, my first bite-sized review of things that I pretty much have really dug into that I've been using from my Project Panned or from mostly subscription boxes. Sorry, forgot the words. So to get started, I will start with the most newest thing, because I haven't been doing this, is painting my nails. And I got this nail polish from Nailmatic from out of my Ipsy. And I don't usually get the nails, and if I do, I give them to my daughter. But this time, they had it on the add-ons also. For $5, you can get this and the hemp lotion. I should have brought that, and it's a really nice size, so 2 of them for $5, that is a steal, because the sample size is like $7.50 at Ulta. And this nail polish, what apparently makes it special, it has lemongrass and biotin, and it's infused in the nail polish to make your nails naturally stronger, healthier, and beautiful nails, which after using it now, I would say 2 weeks. Yeah, my nails are extremely weak, thin, and they're growing, nicely, because I've only been using it 2 weeks, so they're extremely, extremely short. I don't know if you can see, I got a little bit of nail now, and it's also tin-free, cruelty-free, paraben-free, sulfate-free, GMO-free, and 2 others that I can't really see. They're kind of blurry, but it doesn't smell too bad. It just smells like nail polish. You can tell that there's something missing. I think there's an ingredient or something missing. Got good color payoff in 1 stroke, 2 stroke, or 1 to 2 coats. Gives you a nice full nail. Also, it is not chip proof. I wash the dishes a lot. I cook a lot, and I've had to reapply, within the chips and clean them up or whatever. But because I'm not really big on nail polish, so I'm also got that inner goth girl, so I don't mind the chips and the tears. I kind of create them myself. So that was that product, which was quite nice. Next product is the Becca Hydra under eye rescue stuff that BoxyCharm had as an add-on, and I've been digging into that. And this is nice. You have to warm it up. They tell you to warm it up within your fingers, but you don't really have to. You just warm it up, and it's kind of gooey-ish. It'll start to melt like oil, and you dab it under your eye. You can do it on bare skin or on top of makeup to refresh during the day. Now, a lot of people have asked me on Influencer, is it greasy? Does it cause creasing? Now, I do have very big fine lines under my eyes, and what I did is I let it dry down some, because if you don't let it dry down and you immediately go in with your foundation, it is going to be greasy and cakey, and if you wait, it won't. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to apply foundation on this side of my face, let my foundation sit, because you can put it on top of liquid powder foundation even after you have set it with everything at the end. So, because midday, you think about it, midday, your skin is going to absorb a lot of the makeup oils and what have you. So if you let it dry down, I can show you. It doesn't move. It isn't greasy. It isn't cakey. Once it is there, and I'll set it with, I'm just reaching for a fan. Set it with powder to show you how that went. Because it was quite nice. And it's supposed to be very, very cooling. It cools, but if you put it in the refrigerator, it's way more cooler. But if you, I keep it in my makeup bag for a reason, you know, just because I wanted it to be used and grabbed a lot, you know. So put it in my Project Pan makeup bag. And it has not failed me when it came to that. Do I think it's worth its weight in gold for $6 on Boxy Charm? Yes. For the higher end price that it is, no. I haven't tried the dupes because I was able to get it for $6 on the Boxy Charm, but I will be, because nobody can afford something over $20 for, I can't even tell you how much product is in here because it's so small, but you can pretty much tell that this is not, you know, I don't know. Maybe it was the pink one that everybody was talking about that was more, its weight in gold. So I'm going to scoot in a little bit, warm it up, and I'm going to put it, now this application is different. I did warm it up, and I almost went right in. No. You want to warm it up, you want to dab it on the back of your hand more, so it can melt down and get that blueness to come out, which is like a color correcting. And then you're going to dab this, which they want you to use your ring finger, but we're not going to do that now since I've already used the middle one. And as you see, the foundation is not moving. You're going to dab, 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 and you start to feel it seep in that cooling sensation hit you, and it will, as you can see, it kind of, it's not instamatic. It does blur the lines because you're going to have makeup on it. I mean, that is exactly what it's meant to do, is to take away the look of fine lines and wrinkles and give you an awake look. Now, if you're not wearing lashes, I recommend doing a whole 360 to get that awake look and feel. Let it dry down, like we did on this side. So get rid of that, you know, sensation. Now, if you have oily skin, and this is going to make you feel much more oilier, I suggest you take a powder before you do your foundation. And I've seen this on a lot of different makeup artists who do it with a damp sponge. Like, to give you a name, Marlena from Makeup Geek. She has been doing this on her classes the last couple of days. And she tells you to go in and dry and soak up that excess oil on your skin with the powder before you go in with your liquid foundation. And that's for oily skin people. And because I have combination skin, and there's them days that when you put a product on, you feel oilier than what you are. I find this with the Hydra, I'm using the Hydra Mist from my Project Pan, which is also Becca, but, and they tell you don't bake with this because it's got the consistency of, you know, feeling like water and cooling. So I just put that in. And I also like to do the same thing since I started with my foundation and I'm layering product on my foundation. Same technique of a moist sponge to go in and just set that Hydra Mist, or set the under eye primer before I try to add anything else. And we're not going to dry this side out as much as this side because we have no foundation on it. And this side we have the foundation with the Hydra on it, just to set lightly with powder and a damp sponge. Won't cause cakiness and fine lines, if that makes sense to you, if I'm saying that right. I don't know if you can see that, how nice it's set. And it's lightly done as far as the foundation goes. Now putting on foundation on top of it. And it's not a massacre where it's not blending out. It's still doing its business. It's doing her job. Now when you would do it that way, I prefer, and it's not up to me how you do it, but I prefer to use a more drier powder, finely milled. This is the Ciate London, and also on a damp sponge, because now I can really feel the Hydra Mist kicking in, getting cool, and I can set everything with that same damp sponge. And I do that on both sides. And that's how I would do a light day bake in the house pretty much. So that's that kind of bake. And just with a heavy brush, get rid of any excess. And it's not snagging my brush. It's not moist. It's just my carpal tunnel and bands that I should have had on. But I didn't want to come out here on camera looking like a Power Ranger. I mean, carpal tunnel wristbands. I got the tennis elbow band. I didn't want to be a Power Ranger. Okay, so moving on to the next product. I tried the Murad Hydro Hydgel. It's a gel to rich moisturizer, water gel. Blah blah blah. So it says nutrient charged water gel. Back to what I said, I'm combination skin, and as soon as I put this on, I literally felt like somebody took a straw and sucked the moisture out of my life. It came in great. It absorbed really quickly, and then it had a nice pleasant scent. It's not very heavy at all. It's a very, very light scent. But about 5 minutes later, felt like my life force was being sucked out. So I don't know about that product, if I'm going to continue to use it or what, because it is a sample size and I'm not really tripping on that. Okay, and then we'll talk about some Fenty products I received in BoxyCharm. Now, being of color, being mixed, you would think, oh, this is just perfect for her tone. It's a dark tone. It is perfect. It's nice. I'm not going to lie. And I also got Blondie. So I ended up getting, 2 great color shades in my box. But it's really, really bright. And I don't mind being a glittering, disco ball. But I personally like to be an alien slut, because I liked it to be a smooth, I don't know, like a high beam lights and stuff, but not really glittery. So because it is Fenty, because it is beautiful packaging, because of the whole hype behind it, because I had to have it, and I'm so happy to have gotten it in my BoxyCharm Premium, my first BoxyCharm Premium at that. They will be collector pieces, and especially the highlighter, because I don't plan on really purchasing it again. But the stick I enjoyed very much so as an eyeshadow, and I put it on and it blended out beautifully on top of primers and potions and whatnot. Still in the same family of highlighters. This is an Oprah highlight. It's the Everglow Trio with from Nikki Tutorials. Love this beast. Oh my goodness. I'm going to swatch them for you because you're not going to believe it. Now this took me to Venus, Mars, and I was calling all of them, you know, calling all the leaders. I was shining. Look at that. Now that is a different transition from, as you can see, from these two. You would think this, you know, you can blend this out, but do you see what the texture, what I'm talking about, and how nice and coppery these are? I mean, I love this one right here. This is my favorite. It's already gotten a nice dent in her. I better swirl it if I want to keep it, right? Alright, moving on to some teeny, and that is the Elf bite-sized carnival candy palette. Super cute. $3 on their website, $3 everywhere. And we'll do some swatches. This is very impressive. So the cream one in the, not cream, yeah, kind of creamy beige one right here is super smooth, super soft and buttery. These two are a little bit more drier, and this one is a shimmery type one, so it has a different texture, but it kind of reminds you of this one. Let me show you. And I believe the second one is way too close to my skin tone, so that is my transition shade. As you see, it matches my skin tone damn near perfect. And this one is just way out of its, that's a brow highlight. And then I can deepen it with this girl right there and top it. Oops, I went right on top, sorry. And top it with the blue one. Let me go back in it again. Boom. And there's buildable. There were no skipping, and as you see I swirled, there's no fallout. There's a little bit of kick up in the pan, but it ain't going nowhere because it's, unless you tap it. It didn't go anywhere. It's still, you can still see it. Really, really, really enjoyed that and creating a look with that. And you can use all the colors, or you just use one color or three colors, and I basically used all of them in my tutorial that I'll probably be doing right after this, because I don't want to keep you out too long, you know, on the video. The last product I'm going to review is another eyeshadow, and it's from Ruby May, and it's a single one that I got in a mystery bag from Beauty Creations, iBeauty, and that's also mixed in with another one. They're all the same, but they're not, and you get lashes. The one I picked had 2 lashes and a palette, and then it came with this. It is very buttery. It's a crimson is what it's named. When you feel it, it feels really wet. Really, really wet, like a stain. Oh, and you can see it's like really moving it there, and it's soft. It's really wet. And it's a red. It's not just like a rosy red. Or orangey red, brick red, because that's what it's coming off on camera. It's like a brick red, kind of orangey in hue. It is and it isn't, if that makes sense. It matches my shirt damn near. And what I did with this, because every time I try to use it I was going to use it as an eyeshadow, I was worried about it sliding around in here. And I was like, is it a cream type product? I actually just used it as blush. And that was the best to use it, if I wanted to use it. If I didn't want to use it, then I would have never touched it. But because I wanted to use it, and it is like a cream to powder formula. It's literally cream to powder because it's drying down now on my finger, and you're not seeing me pat on any more product. You see, it dries down, and it's literally a pretty blush. It has a slight glitter in it. It has glitter in it. You can see a little highlighting sheen to it. You don't see it in the pan, but you do see it on your face, and not really on my swatches because of all the lines. But you can see a little bit of glitter. Let me dig up in here. Really put a thick building it up. But it has like a gold or yellow glitter undertone to it. Like a sheen. But yeah, I put it in a Z palette and was like, put in my everyday Z palette and use her as a blush. And I've already really gotten in there and I enjoy it. You know, and it's not too red, it's not too pink. I didn't have to put as much as I did, but you know, I wanted you to be able to see it on camera. That pop of color. So what do you think of my review, my first bite-sized review? Was it helpful? Should I try again? Give me some suggestions. Let me know, because I've never really, I give reviews on Influencer, sometimes on Instagram, but not very often anywhere else, because I don't want to upset anybody. These products may be wonderful for you, and I've learned that not everything is meant for everybody, and some things are wonderful for you, and they weren't for me, but I enjoyed everything, you know, to its most, and I have put that back out into the world, right? And to let you know, just in case you want to go and buy any of these products, or you got any of them in a mystery box like I did, and you don't know what you're doing or didn't know what you were doing, and I can give you a little bit of suggestions that will help if you wanted to try it before you declutter it, depot it, or just, you know, give it a chance, because all makeup deserves a chance, especially when you bought it, you paid for it. See? And this is pretty much no makeup. You guys watched me put only a little bit of foundation right here. I put the Hydro primer and set it with powder, and boom. I mean, yeah, my eyes still are, you know, because they're not washed out. They're stained still, and I still have a star. So that tells you how many days it's been. But if you're new here, thank you for stopping by and spending some time with me, and I hope you really liked this video and it was informative. And if you're an old friend, hey, how you doing? What's good? What'd you make for dinner? I mean, maybe I want to steal your recipe. You know, maybe you want to share. Maybe we can challenge each other to like a chop challenge where we pick 4 items and you gotta do them. Like, let your kids pick 4 or 5 items out of the refrigerator, and you gotta do something with it that makes it taste good. And convince them, you know, they gotta be your sample judges. And we praise them with, you know, maybe we get an extra scoop of ice cream for dessert. Something. But it's fun, and it's for the whole family. Alright? Well, you guys all stay safe and stay blessed. And I'll see you in the next video. Mwah. Bye.